Hey guys, cheers. This is Bacardi and grapefruit juice with lemon. Cheers guys, honestly, because I thought this video was gonna be super simple. I thought I was gonna sit my ass down and fucking answer you guys' questions about like my music career and all that shit, my journey so far. Every time I execute it, it just comes out like a fucking mess. So I'm like, you know what? This is my first YouTube video. I don't even know who the fuck is gonna watch this. I know a lot of people have asked me questions and have been telling me and encouraging me to do this. Let me just pull my phone out, put a lamp above me, and read these questions off my fucking laptop, get them a fucking drink. It is what it is. So just a little backstory. I've been pursuing music for quite some time. I've gone to college in Chicago. I went to music school and I dropped out. I'm a college dropout. And I've also moved out to LA. I tried that for a while and that didn't really go as planned either. I have a SoundCloud. I have a couple songs on Apple Music and Spotify. A lot of people are finding me on Instagram and they're like trying to like, you know, ask me questions about my story and shit like that. This makes me feel very important and very special. So I'm really excited to do this. And so let's just get started. Some people have asked me some questions, so let's just do the damn thing and, you know, period. When did you start writing? Okay, I've been writing for mad long. I found some like lyrics to something and like some fake ass music notes. Like I was trying to like make music and it was from when I was like a kid. And like the way I was trying to make people like know what notes to sing, because I didn't know how to like draw notes, is like I would do a line and then another line and then another line, and then I would like do like a circle, like ta-da, that's the note, you reach the note. That was like my effed up ass way of like making music. But I did write. The first time that I wrote a song and like recorded it by myself and put it online, I was like 17, 18. So probably like 6 years ago, honestly. Y'all wanna, let's take shots if you're watching this. Let's just put a little bit more, like it's not that big of a deal. It's a Friday, you guys, and it's ugly as fuck outside. It's been ugly. Ooh, that was a lot. I just wanted to put a splash. Ooh. Second question. Second question. What negative experience may have turned you away from working with other artists? I've had a lot of negative experiences. If I were to tell all of them, like this would be like a fucking 45-minute long video. Like I've had many negative experiences working with artists. A lot of people, honestly, like they're just not professional and they're spoiled and they just like don't give a shit. Like they're not doing this for the art of it. They're doing it for the clout. They're doing it for the money. They're doing it for the image. I've had people treat me like I didn't know what I was talking about. You know, I've had people not even acknowledge my existence because I'm like a woman, and like if I was in the studio with like a boyfriend I was dating at the time or something like that, they would just look at me like I'm some groupie or just some bitch, which is like super irritating. And I know a lot of women like have been through shit like that. And when I was in LA, there was this producer. I wasn't working with him. I was just like in the studio, but like there was this producer that was working on this like whack ass beat. And I shouldn't say it was whack. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean that it's whack. In my opinion, it really wasn't that good though. And this producer was like, I couldn't even see his face. He wasn't even facing me, but he was just like, yo, this is some Kanye shit. Yo, bro, this is some shit Ye would hop on, right? Yo, bro, nah, this is some Kanye West shit for real. The people I was with, we were just like, a lot of them just don't give a shit. And a lot of them are like really cocky. And people in general, okay, I'm really starting to feel the Bacardi. Uh-oh. Whatever, too late though. So that's definitely turned me away from working with artists. Like just people just acting like mad hot, and it's like, bro, you're not famous and I'm not either. Like we're both after the same thing, but we're both in the same spot right now. Like stop acting like you're like past me when it's like I don't know who you are either. So, you know, pipe down. That's the Bacardi talking. Anyways, do you feel like you are good enough to live off of music, or are you where you feel like you deserve to be? Nah, I feel like I could live off music. I feel like I can really do this. I really feel like I can do this. But it's just been like, my journey with it is like so, it's so not like a one-shot story. Like I do feel like I'm good enough. It's just about believing in myself. So I'm not where I deserve to be. I feel like I deserve more, but I have to keep going. simply put, I have to keep going, and you can't give up. Like, no matter what your career is, like, do not give up and then be one of those people that just like wakes up and they're like 50 years old and like their whole entire life is over and they just like didn't do anything they wanted to do and blah blah blah. Like, just don't be like that. I don't want to be like that. Let me drink to that. How do you feel about industry music nowadays? Honestly, I get it. I get the appeal. It's like definitely super pop. It's more pop than I would listen to. Like, I feel like it's very like TikTok based a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes there's some music I come across that's like new, and I'm like, okay, you can tell that they just did that for like a TikTok hook so that shit can like pop off. You know, they're just like trying to be hype or whatever. You won't really catch me listening to it unless I'm like trying to look for new music. Sometimes I'll just let that shit shuffle, but so that's how I feel. Someone said, I would definitely love to know everything, the collabs and the industry in general. So it's obviously a very general question. Like, I have a lot to say. I don't really know how to say it all in one video though. Like I said earlier, it's like a lot, but I'm planning on making a video about like all this industry shit. I'm really planning on it. I gotta close the door before I record because New York don't know how to be quiet, period. All right, what marketing strategies would you give to artists for their first album? All right, so here's the embarrassing tea. I haven't uploaded my first album yet. I know. I'm working on it. Like, I'm really fucking working on it. Anyways, to answer your question, marketing strategies, honestly, like, just put yourself out there. Like, you cannot hide. One thing I've learned from watching people around me and from myself, what you want is not going to just fall in your lap. It's just not. Like, you might stumble across certain opportunities, but you're not gonna stumble across them if you haven't even fucking put yourself out there yet. And what's that corny ass quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, period. You will. You cannot just sit there and like expect your dreams to unfold. Like, you have to go after them. And even me, like, doing this, like, you know, it's hard to like put yourself out there, but you have to do it if you want something. Like, if you want promotion, like, you know, marketing strategies, like, show face, show up and show out. Like, do not hide. Network. And the thing is, it's hard to do that now because of COVID. Like, it's shut everything down. There's no venues, no performances, no interviews. Marketing strategy for coming from someone who hasn't put out a first album yet, but like, do gigs. I have done gigs and shows, and I've released things. I do have some music on Apple Music and Spotify, which goes into this other question that this person asked me. They said, do you have Spotify? Great vocals, by the way. Thank you. I do. I have one song of my own on Apple Music and Spotify. Everything else of mine that's on Apple Music and Spotify is kind of like features and shit. Like, sometimes people hit me up and they're like, yo, I heard your song on Spotify, and I'm like, which one? And it's like a feature. I'm like, that's not really me, but do you listen? But anyways, I have more stuff coming, so stay tuned. Should we take a drink to that? I hope y'all are drinking with me. I gotta edit this. I'm about to be bopped as hell. Ooh, this question is tea. Do people tend to take advantage of you because you're a woman? I can't see you letting that happen. I do try not to let it happen, but I'm sure it has. People have tried to take advantage of me because I'm a woman, but to be honest, like, I'm not even saying this to like on some bragging shit, because I've fucked up and let people like get the best of me in a bad way, in like a toxic way. In terms of music industry, like, I really haven't let them step on me. Like, if I've pulled up with like guys, like friends or whatever, they will look at me like I'm just some fucking groupie, but like, little do they know I'm actually talented as fuck. And I could be a feature on your track if you wanted to actually get to know me, but you don't want to. You just want to assume I'm just some fucking bitch. But that's like, you know, that's pretty much it. Like, other than that, I feel like more than like tend to take advantage of me, they definitely like judge me, you know? Like, they look at me like I'm just some girl that's like, you know, has like a sex appeal and she's selling it to get famous. Or like, they, you know, there's like a huge stigma of like women, you know, fucking their way to the top. I am here because I'm fucking talented and I'm self-made. Why did you drop out of music school, and would you ever move back? P.S. You're bomb. Oh my god, stop. I'm about to cry. Stop. I dropped out of music school because they literally gave me, when I tell you, no chance. I would audition for showcases, I would audition for everything, and they never gave me a chance, and they always talked to me about how I looked because of it. I remember I would pronounce a word a certain way when I would sing, like, and they said it was like, that's wrong. And I'm like, okay, like if you don't like it, that's one thing. But to say that the way someone sings, unless they're on the wrong note, to say someone's doing something wrong just because like maybe it's not typical, like I feel like that's what makes artists original. And they totally just like stripped me of that completely. It was just so weird. And the way they were grading you, I'm like, yo, like I deserve better than this. I remember one time I was in this class and the instructor was like, only one of you is gonna make it, if that. And then this girl was like, she raised her hand, she was like, excuse me, what the fuck? And she was like, why would you say that? And the instructor like defended herself, but then she eventually, the student, the girl that was like, what the hell? She dropped the class and she didn't show up again. And I kind of admired that because I was like, why would you say that to a group of students who are like, we're all like 18, 19, like trying to chase our fucking dreams, and you shitted on it. Besides the money and like all the extra stress, I just was like, this is doing nothing but like, it's like, it was like working like a 9-to-5 that you don't care about when you really want to do something completely different. Like you're just like, what am I paying you thousands of dollars, getting in debt for? So I just left. It was not the wave. Somebody asked me, what inspires you to keep going? To be honest, like I don't think anything really inspires me. It's more just like, this is what I want to do. And I've always known that. I don't want to do anything else. I don't have a passion for anything else. I feel like that's what inspires me. Like I can't see myself doing something else. I have a 9-to-5 job right now and I'm like barely in it. I've always known I wanted to do this. That's that on that. New York versus LA scene and why you moved back. Honestly, the scene in LA was some different shit. Like when I was in LA, like everybody was just like trying so hard. Everyone was just so fake. It was like so weird. Everyone was so fake, and everyone was like, people who weren't famous were acting like they were famous. You know, everybody was just so like airhead, you know? And I just was like not really feeling that. But I want to give LA another try eventually one day. So after that, I have a friend of mine named Kembe X, and he is a very, very talented rapper. He's a really good musician. He's so smart. Like, it's been really cool getting to know him. He definitely engages with me and like asks me some good questions. Two of the main questions that I feel like he asked me that I really want to touch on is, number one, what's some advice that I can give women to when they're being like in a predicament where they can avoid being stepped on or belittled or treated the way that we get treated by dudes in studios, or just like even in general, being belittled, being like overlooked and all that shit because you're a woman. Honestly, maybe this isn't the most helpful advice, but like, don't let it stop you. Do not let it stop you. Do not let it make you question yourself. I did when I was younger, when I was a teenager, like I let it stop me. My advice to women is like, don't let it stop you. Don't let it make you feel like you can't or you shouldn't carry yourself a certain way. Like, you carry yourself however you want. It's your body, it's your voice, it's your art, it's your career, it's your anything. It doesn't matter what they say, and it does not matter. Like, I've literally stepped in the studio, them not knowing I can sing my ass off, and they've looked at me like, oh, another bitch in the studio. The second question that he asked me that stuck out to me was, as an artist, like, what's the number one thing I struggle with? For me, it's the fact that like, I write my own music and everything like that, and this really is like, my art really comes from my heart. When people critique it, it feels like you're critiquing like what I go through and my story, you know? And I really let that stop me. Like, I let that stop me so many times. I let a lot of things stop me, and like, that's something I struggle with. I let shit get in the way of like me doing what I want to do, and that's mad whack. Like, that's like a big lesson I've learned. Fear of vulnerability in general. Being vulnerable in general. I'm trying to conquer my fear of vulnerability. And I feel like once I do that, that will help me that will set me free as a musician. I think I touched on everything. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you for asking me the questions you asked me. If you guys have anything else you want me to touch on, I'd be happy to talk about it. Like, this is what I want to do. So it's a vibe. This is honestly a vibe. It's a vibe. I'm super happy you guys asked me these questions. Please don't hesitate to ask me anything else. And oh my God, I'm about to say it. Am I gonna say it? Like and subscribe. Oh my God. I'm a real YouTuber now. Like and subscribe, period. Thanks for sipping with me. I hope y'all drank with me. Thank you guys for watching.